Hello friends, my name is Sunil Ranjan and I am an English teacher. Here I have come with the poem The Lotus by Toru Dutt. First, telling you about Toru Dutt, the poet. Toru Dutt was a Bengali translator and poet from the Indian subcontinent. She was born on 4th March 1856. She wrote in English and French. She is one of the founding figures of Indo-Anglian literature alongside Henry de Rosio, Manmohan Ghose and Sarojini Naidu. She is known for her poetry in English. Her popular books are A Sheaf Gleaned in French Fields and Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan. She also wrote a novel in French. The themes of her poems are loneliness, longing, patriotism and nostalgia. Toru Dutt died at the tender age of 21 on 30th August 1877. Now, in her poems The Lotus, Toru Dutt shows her beautiful poetic imagination and relates her poem to European mythology. Love and Flora both are related to Roman mythology. In Roman mythology, love is Eros. He loved the beautiful maiden Psyche. Flora in Roman mythology is goddess of flowers and springtime. Now, the poem has the structure of Petrarchan sonnet. The first 8 lines of the poem project the tension caused by the debate between the rival flower factions for their superiority over the other. The next 6 lines diffuse the tension as the goddess Flora selects Lotus as superior, as it has the deliciousness and redness of rose and stateliness and whiteness of lily. Now, coming to the lines of the poem, the first stanza. So first I read out the poem, the first stanza, and then I'll be offering the explanation. Now, love came to Flora asking for a flower that would of flowers be undisputed queen. The lily and the rose long had been rivals for that high honor. Bards of power had sung their claims. The rose can never tower like the pale lily with her Juno mane. But is the lily lovelier? Thus between flower factions rang the strife in Psyche's bower. Now the explanation. In these lines, the Roman god Eros or love comes to Flora, the Roman goddess of flowers and spring, and asks her to create the queen of all flowers. The lily and the rose had always been the rivals for the top honor. In ancient times, the bards were the keepers of tradition. The poet means to say that bards too had spoken of the claims of lily and rose for their superiority. The rose can never be superior like the pale lily white with her Juno mane. Now, Juno was a beautiful Roman goddess. The poet means to say that lily looked as beautiful and fresh as the face or mane of Juno. Both factions lay their claims in Psyche's bower, goddess Psyche's summer house in a garden. Now coming to the second stanza. Give me a flower delicious as the rose and stately as the lily in her pride. But of what color? Rose red love first chose, then prayed, no, lily white, or both provide. And Flora gave the lotus. Rose red died, and lily white, the queenliest flower that blows. Now the explanation of this stanza is, when asked by love to give a flower as beautiful and fragrant and as stately as lily in her pride, Flora asked which color he wanted. Love chose the one which was as red as a rose, but then changed his choice and asked for the one that was as red as a rose and at the same time as white as a lily. Then Flora gave the lotus, which was both as red as rose and as white as lily, and was the queen of all flowers. So through her poem, Toru Dutt draws a link between the Asian and the European culture. She successfully unites the elements of both Western and Eastern beauty in the transitional figure of the lotus, a classic Indian symbol of beauty and youth. The lotus also provides deeper meaning, as it portrays the ideals of beauty in different parts of the world. The creation of a transitional beauty that lies between the ideals of East and West in the form of the lotus. The poet evokes and suggests not only Toru Dutt's Indian roots, but also her life experiences in colonial India and in Europe, which make her a figure of transition and cultural exchange. So friends, here I come to the end of the poem with its explanation. A few words. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you. And if you haven't, and if you choose to subscribe, I promise that I'll be coming up in future with nice videos for you. And yes, I will keep my promise, so you can trust me. Thank you.